Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is Sir Jedi Sentinel and welcome to a quick update video. I just wanted to go over with you guys some of my general plans for 2024, what might be coming, what I want to do, and I just want to share it with you, keep you guys in the loop, and hopefully excite you for what's to come. So there's several projects I want to do and continue throughout 2024, and I have them divided. I wrote a list just to be sure I could share them with you. Like, I've been doing that a lot lately, writing lists just to keep track, because you've seen my videos. I'm prone to rambling or those little awkward pauses as I try to recall something, and this just kind of helps. So for my list, I have this divided into 3 sections. The first section we'll be going over is things that are definitely 100% going to happen. No ifs, ands, or buts. The second section is stuff that needs to happen. It's stuff that a lot of this is going to be in progress stuff I started and just haven't gotten back to. So essentially things I need to finish. And then the third section is going to be stuff I really want to do. Stuff that just seems fun to me and that I just want to get to, hopefully time permitting. So first of all, for stuff, and I want to apologize to my audience and viewers too in advance, because normally I try to post graphics or links to videos to try and keep you guys in the loop. Because these are update videos, these are meant to be quick, that's not going to happen. So if you get lost on me talking about a subject, that's why. Again, I apologize. So the first section, stuff that absolutely is going to happen. There is only one item on this list: Doctor Who Series 14. And again, because this has been kind of a joke in the Doctor Who fandom, at least online, no, I am not going with the reboot, with the whole idea that it's being rebooted again and calling it Season 1. I think that it was a Disney decision, because just to entice new viewers into the show. Again, I'm just not doing it. It is Series 14. I am not robbing Ncuti, because it happens so rarely, I am not robbing Ncuti Gatwa of the chance to be only the 3rd Doctor ever whose numbered incarnation matches up with the season numbering. Season 1, William Hartnell, the 3rd Doctor. Jodie Whittaker, the 13th Doctor, Series 13, Flux. Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor, next year we'll have Series 15. Sorry, a bit of a tangent, but yeah. My vlog reviews of Series 14 are absolutely 100% going to happen. Okay, now moving on to stuff that needs to happen. Again, this, like I said, a lot of this is stuff I started last year or earlier that I just really need to keep going with in some cases, or finish. The big one is Batman Be Vlogged. If you haven't seen those videos, like I said, as a kid, born in 94, I kind of grew up with the Bruce Timm DC animated universe. Batman the animated series, Superman the animated series, and Justice League. One of those shows is Batman Beyond, a show I remember watching, but because I was so young when it was on, I don't remember anything about it. So essentially, I am watching it for the very first time, so to speak. Now, the thing with Batman Be Vlogged, if you didn't see the update video I put out in August, is that because it is still actively owned by Warner Brothers, and it's available on Max, and it's available for purchase on physical media, Warner Brothers is still profiting it. So at the time, I suspended the series to stand in solidarity with the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes. The strikes have since been resolved and ended, which means I am working on getting production on those vlogs back. I am working on getting those vlogs back into production, excuse me. I've already filmed a couple of them. I want to film a backlog of like 6 or 7, I think is a good safety net. So just in case I miss a week, I have something to fall back on, so I'm not scrambling to play catch up. Just the thing with that is my work life is really chaotic. Short version, one of the managers quit. There's only 3 managers running the store where I work, myself included, which means I've been working crazy hours and 6-day work weeks. So it's just, this one, it's just really slow on the upkeep to get that backlog built up to where I can start uploading them. Hopefully that will be soon, and then I can finish the series this year. Other things I started that I need to get caught up on and finish. Last year, if you saw them, I started reviewing Spotify's DC audio dramas, Batman Unburied and Harley Quinn and the Joker Sound Mind. There is one left I have to look at, season 2 to Batman Unburied, The Riddler, Secrets in the Dark. I don't know if I want to re-listen to that one again because it's been like a month since I listened to it, but a lot of it is still so fresh in my mind. The problem with that is trying to find any information. Like, there is no Wikipedia page, and IMDb is really scant, and I really want to make sure the cast and crew get the proper credit it deserves. But yeah, that is another thing I need to do. I need to review The Riddler Secrets in the Dark and get that done, just in case, too, this year they decide to do more of them. And then the last one is the Crown of Feathers trilogy. One of my rare forays into book reviews that I've done. I have been reviewing Nikki Palpretto's Crown of Feathers trilogy. I've already reviewed the first 2 books, Crown of Feathers and Heart of Flames. I just have the last one to do, Wings of Shadow. Hopefully, again, just something I can get done. Anything else before I move on? Well, there's a few things I know I need to do before I move on. Well, okay, just some... Is this even the right... Yes, it is. Once in Future, Coda, the final act. As soon as that releases, that will get a review, and I might rank all of Once in Future. Maybe. I've been doing it... If you watch my Once in Future reviews, though, I've been doing it every video, so we'll see what happens there. We just need to wait for Coda, the final act, to release. With Big Finish as well, in that regard, since, Big Finish is the bulk of my content, there are other things I'm doing. Like, it kind of happened accidentally, but I do kind of like this idea. There have been a couple of series that I have somehow managed to keep up on every release. Keep in mind that these series are still really young, so I haven't completely fallen off yet. But I have put out reviews for every release so far in Missy and the Second Doctor Adventures. When I was compiling my list for my top 10 most anticipated Big Finish releases of 2024 video, the one that might potentially be my last time I ever get to make that video, I saw that there is a Second Doctor release planned for this year. It was only Second Doctor Adventures title to be announced, release date to be announced. And, I also saw Missy is getting a 4th series later this year. Like I said, I have just somehow managed to keep up on every release in the Second Doctor Adventures and Missy, so I think it would be fun to keep doing so. Let's see, anything else before I move into stuff I just want to do? No, I'm going to move, right now, actively, I'm going to move that one to stuff I want to do, so I'll talk about that in a second. And then there is one more... Okay, so there is one more thing I need to do. So, a few years back... Well, not a few. A couple years back, and I think the start of this year, if I remember right, I reviewed The Ninth Doctor Adventures Series 1, Christopher Eccleston's big return to Doctor Who. Series 1 was Ravagers, Respond to All Calls, Lost Warriors, and Old Friends. Something happened. I don't know what. I have tried to find out what happened, but no luck. My reviews for Lost Warriors and Old Friends were deleted. I looked at the playlist, I couldn't find them. I looked through my uploaded videos, I couldn't find them. I don't know if they got unlisted. I don't know how they got deleted. I don't have backups of them, so I need to re-listen to them and film new reviews for them, just to have Series 1 reviewed in its entirety. I fell off the Ninth Doctor Adventures just for reasons of money. I love Christopher Eccleston's Ninth Doctor, so I do want to get back into that eventually. I just haven't been able to. Okay, now sort of the last part of this list. Stuff I want to do. Stuff I'd really like to pick up or start doing. I just haven't gotten to for a variety of reasons. Or stuff I might put off just because there's other stuff that has priority. So the first thing, the thing I just said, when we were talking about stuff that needs to get done, I said I was going to move it to here, stuff I want to do. Chucky. I ranked all the movies after seeing them for the first time, and I reviewed season 1. I need to catch up and watch season 2 and 3, and then I might do a season overview video for each of those seasons, season 2 and season 3. I really like Chucky, so this could just be something fun. I want to keep going. And if I can get caught up in time and put out those videos, who knows, depending on if it gets a season 4, I haven't heard anything yet, and depending on how it plays out, I might do episode vlogs as the series comes out. We'll see what happens. Something much broader, it's not anything specific. I want to do another story arc. Like if you go through some of my earlier videos, every so often I would review a sort of a main range trilogy or a main range story arc. Just stuff that I thought was entertaining, but that no one really talks about, like I said. Like when I was talking about it, like kind of my comparison, everyone talks about Spare Parts. No one talks about the Six and Charlie arc. And that was kind of the conceit when I started Big Finish. When I started reviewing Big Finish stuff, I wanted to talk about the stuff no one talks about. In that regard, I have covered several trilogies or longer story arcs. Like I've done the Six and Charlie arc. I've done the Jamie trilogy. I've done the Locum Doctors trilogy. I've done the Master trilogy. I would like to pick up another one or maybe a few more and just start doing it again. Like right now, off the top of my head, I really want to do the Nissa arc. Like I originally had plans to do this when I thought it was the older Nissa arc. Basically, the premise is that after the events of Terminus, the Fifth Doctor, Tegan, and Turlough circle back around and then start adventuring with an older Nissa. Here's the problem. I learned that the older Nissa arc is actually part of a much bigger story arc with Nissa, an arc totaling 12 stories. And I just don't have the back half of that arc. But if I come into some money, first of all, and if I do decide to do another story arc this year, that one might be the top of my list. Other Big Finish things I want to do, I really want to take up reviewing Master, the Eric Roberts spinoff. Like, I reviewed the first series on my channel, and then the second series came out. I haven't reviewed it. I listened to it. It was fine. It's a big step down from series 1. But, yeah, I just didn't keep up with it. I might want to pick it up, because series 3 looks really interesting. And, to do so will also mean that I will have to put out a video review for Series 2 as well, before we get to Series 3. Let's see. And my list is a big mishmash. Everything's all over the place, and I'm not talking about everything in order. Oh, in that regards to Master, I also want to review Vienna, the spin-off starring the bounty hunter Vienna Salvatore, played by Chase Masterson, who did show up in Master. I want to review Vienna and see where she got her start, essentially. I have the complete series. I have the complete Vienna series, at least at the moment. I don't know what's in store for it. I don't know if she's just going to continue through Master or if her series will ever get another release. But as it stands, I have the complete series, so that might be something else I want to do. Sort of branching away from Doctor Who for a moment, because I finally watched the original series and put a video up about it last month, a fun little ranking video, I want to review Big Finish's adaptation of The Prisoner. I have all 3 volumes. I'd probably put them out. I'd probably upload one a month. I've said this before. One listen for me is not good enough to get all my ideas in order, everything I want to talk about. There may be stuff in the story I miss. So I like to give myself multiple listens of a story to sort of get my idea and give me really strong thoughts and opinions on the topic at hand. And of course, with box sets, I just have to give myself more time to do that. So if I do The Prisoner, it would be one review a month for 3 months, because Big Finish's adaptation of The Prisoner is only 3 box sets long. Let's see what else. All right. A few more things. We're almost done. Don't worry. So, last year, The Diary of River Song came to an end. I've talked about this before. It is my favorite Doctor Who spinoff, so I want to do something commemorating the series. Just something. You know, be it a ranking video of some kind, ranking all 12 box sets, or maybe ranking every individual story. Here's the issue with that. The Diary of River Song is 12 box sets long, with 4 stories to a box set. If we account for multi-part stories counting as one, because that's how I would talk about them, that's 44 stories and close to 50 hours worth of content to listen and re-listen through. Excuse me. So, yeah, if I do decide to do something with that, that is going to be a major commitment. Just, listening to the stories alone. I've also had this idea that since I feel at any rate, I've improved a little bit as a vlogger and a reviewer, I might want to revisit my earliest reviews and redo them. I've thought about that back and forth, so that one I'm not even sure. I might do it. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, another big project I want to do. This one is like doing a Big Finish story arc, or like doing another Big Finish story arc. It's just there is gaps missing, and I need to fill those gaps by acquiring those stories. I want to do a review/retrospective on David Warner's Unbound Doctor, and do a series talking about all of his releases. So, that would be Sympathy for the Devil, Masters for War, The New Adventures of Bernice Summerfield, volumes 5 through 7, I believe. No, volumes 3 through 7, excuse me. The Unbound Universe, Rulers of the Universe, and then 5 through 7, whose names I'm forgetting. I apologize. Bernice Summerfield, The Story So Far, and Once and Future, Time Lord Immemorial. I would like to, look at the complete timeline of the David Warner Doctor and, just talk about his stuff as well, because his stuff takes some very interesting turns. And, this is also building up towards another goal I have. I really want to do a re-ranking of the Doctors. If you haven't seen my ranking of the Doctors video, my opinions have changed drastically in that. But, for that video to happen, there has to be some things that have to happen first. First, we need to see at least Ncuti Gatwa's first series, see what his Doctor is like properly. Jo Martin's spinoff needs to come out, because I want to include her. And then I would like to listen to all of David Warner's stuff, because I want to include him as well. Just what's keeping me from doing that right now is the stuff I don't own. Like, The New Adventures of Bernice Summerfield, I don't own his last 3 appearances, volumes 5, 6, and 7. And I need Bernice Summerfield, The Story So Far. At least the set he was in. I might like both, but definitely the set he was in. Anything else? Well, yes. So once I finish Batman Be Vlogged, I've thought about maybe, possibly, taking up another TV series to do weekly vlogs on. I haven't committed to anything yet, but I am kind of leaning towards Space 1999, sort of the British sci-fi series created by Jerry Anderson. I started watching a couple episodes. It's definitely interesting, but we'll just see what happens there, because it's a little bit of a bigger commitment than Batman Beyond, because it's a shorter run. Space 1999 is only like 40 plus episodes, but they're hour-long episodes. And just given how I view TV content, I'm very slow. I'm really slow at it, so that's really just the thing. I just need the time. And then the last thing, probably the most unlikely thing to happen, but something I think would be really fun to do. Looking at James Clavell's Shogun. Now, I'm going to be upfront with you guys. Shogun is my favorite novel. Like, the prose is really beautiful. The premise of Shogun, by the way, is it is a fictionalized retelling of, at that point, isolationist Japan's first interactions with the outside world. Again, the prose is beautiful. The world building is amazing. The characters are all good. It really avoids falling into some racist stereotypes and tropes, which is saying a lot because the central core premise of the novel is a culture clash. And, you know, there is a lot of instances where it could fall into some really iffy, dangerous tropes. So, and like I said, it's my favorite novel, and I just found this out like a few weeks ago. In February, FX is adapting Shogun as a miniseries. This is actually going to be Shogun's second adaptation as a miniseries. This adaptation was made in the 70s or 80s. I was hoping it would say on there, but I'm not going to look for it. And it stars Richard Chamberlain and Toshiro Mifune. So, like, what I wanted to do is I want to reread the novel, review it on my channel, review the original miniseries, and then review the upcoming new miniseries. Again, this is the least likely to happen because the first thing I'd want to do is reread the novel, and this thing is hefty. It is close to 1,300 pages. No, literally. The novel itself is 1,299 pages. Like, I showed this to my niece when we were talking about books, and because she put it on our kitchen scale, she was flabbergasted this thing is 4 pounds. But yeah, the reason this is the least likely to happen is because it's just a huge commitment. I might still talk about the new miniseries coming out. We'll see, though. But yeah, at the moment, that's everything I have planned for 2024. What do you think? Share your thoughts below. Is there something you want to see from me? I can't make any promises, but I can see about making it happen, maybe. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Click the bell next to subscribe to get notifications when I upload. Share the video around. All of it helps my channel grow. And in the description box below, you'll find the link to my social medias where you can follow me and get updates on the channel. This is Sir Jedi Sentinel, and I'll see you guys next time.